We are Two Guys Playing Zelda, and you can follow us on Twitter at Two Guys Play Zelda or email us at twoguysPlayingZelda@gmail.com.
This is part 2 of the Big Goron Sword trading sequence. In the part 1, we got up to the part where we had a broken sword, and now we're going to go through some steps to get that sword repaired.
Which is pointless because we bought the broken sword in the first place. So how we start with the broken sword and then we end up with the broken sword is...
I feel like we're going in
circles. We just wasted like 11 minutes of our life.
We really do, we really do. In part 1, we get a sword, it breaks.
But thankfully we can go back in time in this game.
Yes we can, yes we can. But basically now that we've got the broken sword, we're going to go hit up Big Goron.
On top of the summit.
And ask if he can fix it for us.
And that's the first time... Did we go there in the first? We didn't go there in the first part.
I don't think I would know.
No, so it's kind of the first time, and I got lucky right there.
Nice jump.
That's kind of like an all-timing thing right there. We're kind of just taking shortcuts to get to places faster. If there's no timer, you don't have to take them, but...
Yeah, but thankfully if there's no timer, we actually can warp wherever we want.
Oh, that's right. That is right.
So it's a weird thing. Like when there's a timer, you can't warp, which is just terrible.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
It makes it a challenge.
It defeats the purpose of having a timer if you can't warp.
It really does. It really does. But he looks at the broken knife and he's like, "Oh, I want to fix it for you." But as you can see, he's scrubbing his eyes.
Yeah, because the eruption from the other day.
Yeah, when we beat the fire temple.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even put that together.
So maybe we should have done this before we beat the fire.
Well, we can't remember because I can't remember what we gotta do, but we gotta do something after the fire temple.
Yeah, you can't get the Big Goron sword until then, but at the same time, it comes back and bites you in the rear end a little bit here when he says that eruption means you have to go through about 5 more steps.
Yeah.
So I can fix the sword.
We just did 10 steps to get from a broken sword to a broken sword. What's 5 more steps?
True. Although we do get some timers here in the second half. I think we only had 1 in the first half.
Yeah, I think we do. I think we might get 2 timers, maybe 3. I don't know.
At least 2.
And what I was doing right here was the Temple of Time is just kind of a shortcut. We'll be going to Zora's domain next. Yeah. So that's just kind of... You can walk all the way to Zora's domain if you want to. I just took a shortcut.
It's the closest warp point right now to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, since you have no timer, if you really felt like walking, you could.
Explore Hyrule. Reminisce a little bit as you're walking.
Oh, God, I hate these redeads.
I just hate Castletown in this game, like when you become an adult. It's just...
It's morbid.
I mean, I understand like the whole, Ganon thing, and like, it's all dark and everything around that area, but
it makes you wonder if all those people we saw in Castletown and as young Link are now redeads. Like, did he kill them all?
That's probably true, actually. Yeah, they probly are. Because we don't see them really anywhere else in the game.
We really don't. It's kind of scary.
They went to Termina early, I guess. Yeah. And what I'm doing right there is just a smart idea to position your horse, because you will be on a timer. Yeah. It's just like little things like that, maybe you gain 5 seconds or so.
It shaves a few seconds off though, but if you're cutting it close later on, you'll appreciate that time.
Oh, and if you haven't planted the magic beans yet, you need to do them like right there. Yes. That just saves you so much time.
And you've seen us. We use them at the crater, and we use them right there. We use them in several spots.
Yeah, if you shoot them on Death Mountain. If you shoot an arrow right there, it makes this also go faster.
How does that work?
I was joking. I accidentally did that.
I was curious on that one.
No, I just accidentally did that.
It parts the water for you. I don't know. It's a heck of a shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, those magic beans do come in handy to kind of get you around a little quicker. I agree with you right there. That's something I really didn't do the first time through.
Dude, there's like 100 things I didn't do in this game the first time.
Hey, that's why it's worth replaying.
Well, they also help you get a lot of heart pieces throughout the game.
Yes, they do. So. They do. Also essential.
It's BS to let the magic bean guy keeps on charging 10 rupees every time.
I know.
He's like demand's high. Well, if you brought one right after the other, how does demand change at all within that 10-second time
Because
frame?
you kept buying them, I guess. You were the one source of demand.
Okay, that does logically make sense, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, how many other customers does he have?
We're the same customer. Like, he's not seen other customers.
Plus, you should be able to get a bulk discount.
You should. Yeah, exactly.
10 of them for like 50 or
that should be Costco or something, like with the magic beans.
Yes! Link's got a Costco card, clearly.
30 rupees a year.
Yeah. I think this is the first timer we have in the second part of our walkthrough now. And again, we're going to fast forward to get there a little quicker.
Are they all 3 minutes?
No, the last one's 4.
Oh, last one's 4. Okay.
Because you got to go all the way from Lake Hylia to Death Mountain.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the first time that we see Zora's domain frozen over?
I think so, actually, yeah.
Well, actually, I don't remember ever going there, like, after I became an adult. It probably was frozen the whole time you were an adult, probably. I would think.
I would assume so.
So, I don't know. Check out the sunset I captured right there, though.
That is pretty cool sunset.
Yeah, I jumped on my horse accidentally.
You just wanted to enjoy the view. Now here's my thought though. Don't we have to unthaw King Zora later? And yet we were just able to talk to him.
It's part of the sequence.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I never noticed that before either, though.
Nice jump.
I told you, hey.
Bro, I hate this fence because you have to hit it dead square.
I think I ran out of carrots.
Oh, that will also happen.
Now, how Link reaches over and feeds him carrots while he's running is beyond me.
He dangles him off his fishing pole.
Yeah.
He stole a fishing pole from the fishing pond earlier.
Yeah.
Opponent seems happy. That's all I know. But no, it's kind of weird though. I agree. It must be the training sequence that Zora isn't frozen.
It's like totally different or whatever than the rest of the game.
It's like
its own sequence in the game.
Yeah. A little discontinuous, but we'll go with
it.
Maybe Zora freezes over later. Maybe King Zora freezes later. But
okay, we'll say that for now.
I think that's a good way to go. But now we finally get our
eye drops there, don't we?
Yes, the eye drops. Which we're going to take back to Big Goron.
On a summit.
And finally get our Big Goron sword.
Well, actually, we'll get to check.
Yeah.
And then we got to wait like 3 days, which we'll just play a Sun song a couple times.
Yeah, and we apologize for that in advance.
It seems like there are a lot more steps, definitely, in the first walkthrough than there are like the second part.
There were.
Like the second part, it's a lot less steps, just longer times to get to places,
That's right. The travel time is a little higher.
Yeah, and this is the first and only time we go to Lake Hylia in this travel sequence.
Yes, it is. But it's one more part of the world that we get to see in the travel sequence.
As we mentioned in the first part, like I am kind of upset now that we didn't go to Lone Ranch.
I know.
Because that's like really the only place we didn't go.
That's where we should have waken up Talon.
Whatever his name is. Start throwing out names that rhyme.
Whichever one his name is. I can never remember.
I think it's both. People pronunciate names differently in every Zelda game.
That guy.
But they're probably right or probably wrong, so
the lazy farmer.
The
lazy farmer.
Yeah. The sweet stash, though.
Oh, it is a
the bald head with the rat. Does he have like a rat tail, kind of? Like a ponytail?
A little bit.
It's like a ponytail.
He's kind of got that Mario look to him, honestly.
He does.
Short, fat mustache. No offense, Mario, of course. But we get 4 minutes now to get all the way back to the summit
of Death Mountain.
And honestly, we cut it a little close. We can do it with, what, like 40 seconds maybe?
Yeah, and this is like we mentioned the magic beans that you want to have planted in Zora's domain. This is a part right here where you definitely want to have the magic beans planted, because if you don't have them planted, I mean, it's pretty much a straight sprint up to the top of this thing.
Then you really cut it close.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, we cut it close anyways, I think, but yeah.
Yes, we do. Don't even worry about fighting the Techites here.
Just run by them.
Those boulders, though, will set you back if you hit one.
Yeah, you want to have the magic bean right here because it saves you so much time.
It really does, because otherwise you have to do quite a bit of zigzagging, running back and forth there. And as you can see, we're already under a minute now.
And you also have to, after we beat the fire temple, the eruptions stop.
That's very true. That we don't have the boulders.
That's kind of like the first time throughout the game that they actually stop. So yeah,
kind of nice.
Yeah, that magic bean, we still only had like 30 seconds left. So, I mean, I'm not sure if you don't have that magic bean there. I mean, it's going to be within like 10 seconds probably.
It's possible, but it does cut it close because I don't think I ever played the magic beans myself.
What are these things going to do? Not knowing they could like fly you basically.
Yeah, I wish I'd have known that.
Yeah.
I kind of like this sequence too, though. It's like you hear these drops like echo across the mountain, and you hear like a Skulltula or something.
Well, look how big he is, though, man.
Yeah,
those got to be some big drops.
I would hope so. Otherwise, it's not going to do much good.
Human eye drops are not going to do much for that guy.
No, they will not. I do think it's cool, though. This training sequence is the only time we really have to associate with this guy at all, if we want to.
There is, I thought there was something we did earlier in the game, but maybe not. I think you can just talk to him or something like that.
Probably.
I think he mentions his blade business or whatever if you talk to him earlier in the game.
Yeah. Nice hint to the sequence.
Yeah, because I think he's there all game, isn't he?
As far as I know, yeah,
I think he is.
Young and adult.
Yeah, and we'll play the Sun Song right here 7 times. It's basically, I think it's 3 days.
It is.
That you have to go forward to before we can get the sword. So you'll see I mess up after 5 times. If you do, just play a couple more times and go talk to him again.
Yep. And man, the song gets annoying after about the 4th or 5th time.
It really does.
I mean, it's not a bad song.
It wasn't one of my more favorite songs, and really I never hear anybody say that the Sun Song is like their favorite one.
It's not up there.
A lot of people like the Song of Storms.
Oh, I'm guilty of that. I'm a huge fan of the Song of Storms.
And then I like each one that kind of makes you go to the warp points.
Yes.
Not all of them, but some of them.
Well, like the Bolero of Fire.
That's a good one.
Is a good one.
The Forest one I like.
The Minuet of Forest.
Yeah, The Water one I don't really care for.
Yeah,
that's 5 notes, so that's nice.
It's easier to remember.
Yeah. I don't remember the Shadow Temple one very well.
Oh, me neither.
And then the Spirit Temple one. It's awesome.
Of course.
Other theme in that area of the game.
Yeah, I think we jumped the gun just a hair here on the. He's like One more day.
I thought I had it down. I thought it was 3 days, but
Oh.
anyway,
Anyway.
that hurt you. You've waited this long. You've gone through this many steps.
Exactly.
What's the sun song?
Yeah. And honestly, there's no timer on this. You could go do other stuff right
Yeah.
now if you want.
Do you want to wait 3 days for a new sword? I don't want to.
I don't know. The sword's pretty worth it at the end of the
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And the quicker you have the sword, the easier it just makes the game.
Yeah, I mean,
really.
you could legitimately run around and do some stuff right now, but it's easiest and best just to get the Big Goron Sword right now because once you get it, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Master Sword, what?
Yeah.
Who cares about the Master Sword?
And this wraps up our Big Goron Sword trading sequence.